first edition of From Slavery to Freedom, A History of American Negroes, was published on the 22nd of September 1947. And it was not merely a coincidence that this was also the 85th anniversary of the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation. The spine of the book, with its design of chains partially broken and with a thread connecting all of them, was the publisher's way of declaring that the path from slave to freedom was a difficult one. And even where the chains had been broken, there was a thread of constraint that continued to dog the path of the Negro.
And one of the most powerful memories I have is sitting with John Hope and hearing a little bit about his process of becoming a historian and the importance he placed in being an activist alongside being a historian was so inspiring to me.
But to tell the story of the process by which the Negro has sought to cast his lot with an evolving American civilization. Another important goal of the book was to indicate the manner in which the Negro was, despite all claims to the contrary, an integral part of the history of the United States.
I had to be here because all my life he was a giant that loomed large in my mind. We had certain books that stayed at my house. You know, one of the ones I passed by all the time and never really picked up until I really kind of had a book report due. So I picked it up and opened and read, and I found out about myself and was transformed.
To be sure, there were times when dominant personalities forged to the front and assumed roles of responsibility and leadership. But the history of the Negro in America is essentially the story of the strivings of nameless minions who have sought adjustment in a new and sometimes hostile world.
But I learned very quickly that in order to engage with the possibility of Black studies, we had to engage with history. And what was available at that time? What was available was Du Bois's Black Reconstruction and John Hope Franklin's From Slavery to Freedom. So it became, I don't like to use the term a Bible, right, but my copy eventually literally deteriorated. I read it so much and marked it up so much that all of the pages came apart.
The historian must, within his own specialty, seek to illuminate his period and his own insights in a variety of ways. And he must be diligent in his efforts to bring to his craft whatever talents and resources that he can summon. Most of all, he must realize that he is neither prescient nor infallible. He must rest his case with his readers and his critics, that he has not consciously overlooked any salient consideration. And this is what I have tried to do.